Hey, we're back here for another speed build, and today we're going to go ahead and create this mid-century modern mansion. So if you'd like to go ahead and download this for yourself, it is up in the gallery now. My origin ID is RealThomasTV1, and I will also have a link in the description to the online gallery if you want to go ahead and download the build that way. So this home, as you can actually see, we are building it on a 40 by 30 lot to begin with, and I kind of realised that may have been, probably just a little bit too small to actually do a full mansion on, so I did go ahead and move it to the 50 by 50 lot that's actually across the road from it, where the land grab household usually is, and I went ahead and built it there instead. Now, I know you could probably do a 40 by 30 mansion. I probably have done one in the past as well, and I've had this kind of discussion a few times where I don't know if a 40 by 30 would be classed as a mansion, but what happens if it has like 8 bedrooms or something? Would it still be a mansion then? So sometimes I go for the mansion idea by lot size, and sometimes I go by bedroom number. So today I did go ahead and move it to a 50 by 50, just so I got to do a few more things with it, because the 40 by 30, just with everything that how it was turned out, was just turned out to be a bit small for what I had in mind, so I did go ahead and change it. So like I said, this is built on a 50 by 50 lot. It has 7 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms, and it came in at 365,598 simoleons. And then for the packs I used all the expansions apart from Get to Work. For game packs, I used Jungle Venture, Dine Out and Spa Day, and then for the stuff packs, I used Moschino stuff, Laundry Day, Fitness stuff, Bull Night stuff, and Perfect Patio stuff. So that is a lot of stuff, but it is like, slightly reduced where I could. I went through at the end and looked through to see what I could take out. So for example, Parenthood, I literally only used like the dish rack thing and the fruit bowl from there, and also with the backyard stuff, I only used like a bird feeder thing from there, and I think there was another pack as well which I took out. So there's just items here and there which were only used once or twice, so I just removed that to reduce the pack list. Now there are a few other packs in there which I did try to reduce, but some things I did really want to include. So for example, for Moschino stuff, I did actually just use one of the wallpapers from that pack. So if you don't have that pack, all that's going to be missing is a wallpaper. But just how the wallpaper looked and the kind of the theme with being mid-century modern, and it kind of just was really quirky, the colour swatches that I used. So I really wanted to keep that in. So that's just one of the packs where I only use one item for, which is a little bit frustrating because I could probably remove it, but it's only one item. Anyway, so we're just working a little bit on the backyard area here. Now this terrain paint does change because this is on the 40 by 30 lot, but it just still have a similar sort of layout to it. It's just a little bit more spread out, and it had a little bit more room for landscaping and also some nice trees at the back. I did go for like island living plants and stuff today, and trees. I don't really know why. I don't know if it fits that well into Oasis Springs. I don't really think there's that much of a problem with it. I know it's more suited for Solani, but I do think it looks alright here, so I did go ahead and do that. And also the theme of it being mid-century modern is something I never ever do. I know my friend Springsims loves that theme, but I just don't tend to do it that much. It's just not something that's my favourite theme or anything. I do a lot of suburban builds and stuff, but I have been trying to go back into doing some more modern themed builds recently, and this was kind of an idea that I had for a long time, but I just couldn't really make it work, because a lot of mid-century modern homes that I've saw like on floor plans and things like that have all been on the smaller side, either like 1-story homes and some 2-story homes, but nothing for like a mansion idea or anything. So I had to kind of take a few ideas from different floor plans and things like that of exterior pictures of mid-century modern builds and try to kind of put them together to make up a bigger home. And I just have a huge big carport, as you can see on the right hand side. And that was an idea that I've seen a lot in mid-century modern homes, but nothing as big as that. So I kind of just made it a bit bigger to have that sort of thing you kind of associate a lot with mid-century modern homes, but I had to do it on a mansion scale, so I did that there. And also the landscaping in today's build, there isn't any particular theme to it. Like, I don't really know what mid-century modern landscaping will look like. I'd imagine it'd be fairly minimalistic, which this isn't, but I really love how this landscaping turned out. In a way, it is kind of very messy, but I don't know why, but just how it turned out I really love. So I'm happy how that one turned out. And also I did a lot of trees around this build as well. I think it looked nice at the back of the build and kind of closed everything off to make it a bit more private. So there's lots of colourful trees and stuff from Island Living, as I mentioned before. So a lot of that going on. And also I mentioned as well that the build came in at 385,000 simoleons. I know that is very, very pricey. I wasn't actually expecting it to be that much, and I don't really know what took the price up that much. It's probably a combination of the, the 7 bedrooms, because it's like lots of walls I had to place down, which actually, are very expensive. And also the landscaping as well, because there's lots of that. So that's probably what brought the price up. But yeah, so I did also go ahead and put a basement in today's build. I have been doing those a lot more recently, and it's actually, I really like them now. I don't know why I didn't really use them that often. Well, actually, I kind of know why. It was because with doing mansions all the time, you know, the builds are big enough, then I don't need a basement as well. I've got enough space in the actual home itself, so I never really found the use for basements. But recently, I have been starting to put them back in here and there, so I did that in today's build as well. And I also had it in mind when I kind of started building it on the 40x30 that I was going to put a basement in because of it being a kind of, you know, smaller lot, and to still get a good amount of bedrooms in and class it as a mansion, I thought I would have to go ahead and put a basement in for that. So I did also do it in the 50x50 lot here too, and it has lots of stuff in it actually. It just has, well, actually I'm not too sure how many bedrooms in there, but I think it has around like 3 of the bedrooms in the basement. I think 2 bathrooms, a laundry room. It also has a kind of like a big living room there as well. So there is actually 3 living rooms in today's build, which I know is kind of a lot, but with mansion builds, I do tend to do a lot of those like living rooms and sitting rooms and stuff like that. So I did go ahead and do that here. And I also feel like it's a common thing to see like a den, sort of really relaxed family room sort of thing in basements a lot as well. I've seen a lot of those in like previous builds and actual real life photos too, so I thought it'd be nice to go ahead and include that down there. There's also a bar area in that room too. It's actually quite a big room in the basement where that third living room is. So like I was saying before, it has been a while since I've done a mid-century modern build, and I did actually struggle quite a lot with it, to be honest, in terms of the wall coverings and the interior and the flooring. I spent so much time trying to decide on wall coverings and flooring for the build today off screen, and I don't know why it took me so long, but it just did really. I think it might just be down to not having much kind of practice with this theme, but I'm glad I've done it now because, you know, it's kind of given me more kind of insight into what mid-century modern is like, as I did have to do quite a bit of research for like different interior styles and stuff, since it has been a while since I've actually built in this style, but it was nice to do something a little bit of a change as well. And I did try to go and add a bit of colour in here, well, just in general areas actually, so, you know, there are like a lot of white walls and stuff, which is actually what I saw a lot in terms of interior furnishing and stuff for mid-century modern pictures. But I did also notice that there's sometimes quite a lot of like orangey woods as well, so that kind of, you know, started with the colours. And these Get Famous couches that I'm using here as well do have really bright orange colour swatch to them, as you would have saw in the dining room, those armchairs I put down. So that was kind of another thing contributing to adding lots of colour. And also as well, I started this build with the like red in mind. I kind of want to do like black trims and stuff, and then the Get Famous, is it Get Famous? Yeah, I think it is a Get Famous front door I used. That kind of started the colour scheme of red on the exterior, and then kind of led on to having a more colourful interior. So again, I don't do that too often either, so it was really nice in today's build to do a totally different theme from normal, and also use a lot of colour that I don't always do too. So it was a nice combination there. And talking a bit more about colour, in the basement there is actually a really bright bedroom. Now I thought it was a kind of good idea to do that. You can actually kind of see it there in the corner. I thought it would be a nice idea to kind of, you know, include that for having a nice bright bedroom in the basement since there's no windows down there. And also said how I used a Moschino stuff pack wall covering today. That's actually in that bedroom, and it was just really quirky. I don't really know how to explain it, to be honest, but I thought it fit really nicely with the mid-century modern theme, because when I was looking for inspiration photos and stuff, I did notice that this mid-century modern architecture style, the interior side of it is sort of quirky in areas as well, so it was nice to kind of include that as a bit of colour. So that's that, and again, like I said, the orange and stuff. And also in terms of kind of what personalities I did for the family living here, I didn't actually do one for today's build. As you may know, I tend to keep things neutral in my builds, and sometimes recently I have been trying to include more kind of, you know, personalised rooms rather than just neutral ones. But this one's kind of got more just colourful rooms, not really a personality, if that makes sense. So that really colourful one, I would imagine maybe a teen girl would live there. There's also one upstairs which I'd imagine for maybe a teen boy as well, and maybe also a child girl in one of the bedrooms upstairs, which has a single bed in it. It's kind of the purpley themed one. So that's maybe like an idea for you if you're trying to think of a family to live here, but I didn't kind of think of one as I was building this. I just kind of made random kind of colourful rooms here and there. So this is the really colourful one here. Now I wasn't really too sure when I was doing it. I was thinking, is this maybe a little bit too bright, because it is, you know, very bright colours, pink and yellow, which is kind of maybe a little bit of an eyesore to some people. And since I don't really kind of use colour that often in my build, I wasn't really too sure if it was a good decision or not. But you know, I really wanted to go with that colourful theme really well, and also it is something really different for me too. And you know, I was going with the theme of mid-century modern, which I don't normally do, and the colour, so I thought I'd just go all out in today's build. That's what we're doing here. So, I didn't mention as well, but this should be going up on a Tuesday. I know this kind of week, and now also last week as well, it's been a little bit all over the place, because normally I do try to upload on Wednesdays, Fridays and Sundays, when last week I didn't upload on Friday, and didn't upload on Sunday, but uploaded on Saturday instead, and today we're here on a Tuesday. It's actually Monday for me, but I think this is going up on Tuesday, because I am, well, later this week I am getting my code for Realm of Magic. I can't see what date I can actually, you know, start sharing my videos yet, but because I'll need some time to record on that, I'm trying to get a little bit ahead with my normal kind of scheduled videos, just so I have as much time as possible with that pack, because as I've been saying a lot, it is not really a pack that's been on the top of my want list. I'm looking forward to it though, because it is something different, but you know, since it's not really at the top of my want list, I don't have that many ideas as I did for, like, you know, cats and dogs or whatever, so you know, I just want as much time with it as possible, since it isn't something I kind of use all the time or I'm that interested in. But, you know, I have been learning a lot more about the pack, so I'm really excited to, you know, try it out for myself, as, you know, it isn't something I've been wanting in the game, and it's not something I've played with in the past either, so it'd be nice for a bit of a change, but I just want as much time with it as I can. And yeah, so here we are working on another bedroom. This one is down in the basement, and also the, well, actually, I don't really know which would be the master bedroom in today's build. That one that we're just working on, maybe, or there is one upstairs as well which has an ensuite bathroom, and it's the one that has like the really narrow windows on the top of the wall. Maybe that one could be the master one as well, but you know, I'll just leave that up to you. So this one right here is the kind of secondary or the third or whatever living room you want. This is probably the main living room because it's not in the basement, and it's also the biggest one, like on the main floor, and the other one, like on the other side of the home on this floor, it's kind of a bit smaller than this. So I went ahead and built this one here. Has a nice big fireplace and lots of seating areas, and I went ahead and put a few activities in there as well. I think I put one of those gaming tables from Get Together. I think I put an easel, another fish tank in there. I don't know why I was putting so many fish tanks in this build, but I just did that. So this is the one here that was on about just a second ago, which maybe could be the master room as well, but I'll just leave it up to you to decide. And yeah, so as I was just saying before, I am recording this on Monday, and today is the 2nd of September, and this is actually the 5th anniversary of The Sims 4, which is really crazy to think, like 5 years. And I actually didn't realise it was today, like I just totally forgot, because I know that we're getting a Maxis monthly stream tomorrow, and I just kind of thought with that, and then the patch, which we'll probably be getting on Thursday, I'd imagine, with some new items I saw on Twitter by some Guru Frost for the anniversary. So it just made me think that the anniversary is later in the week, but it's actually today. So we're just working on a few more bedrooms here upstairs before we're heading on the screenshots in just a second. Also, just another note, I didn't actually put any kind of floor plan pictures, like bird's eye view pictures of this build. Now, I have been, well, normally I never used to put those in my builds, but after getting so many requests, I did start to put them in, but because it's something I've never been like done before, I keep forgetting to do it. So I did actually forget to do it today, but as you probably know, a lot of my builds recently have been going on to console anyway, and I know that's the reason that people like to see those bird's eye view pictures to help build on console, but this might be coming on console. I haven't decided yet. I don't know if I do have any more builds coming up soon for console. I have to look into that a little bit more, or how many I can actually put on next. I think I have 13 or 14 of those on the gallery already. I'm not actually too sure on console, and all those have speed builds on the channel as well if you're interested, and I've made like 2 videos about the 2 times I uploaded to the console, just in case you want to see more about that. So there is no bird's eye pictures today, but I do really love how this build turned out, so if I do get another chance to upload things to the gallery on the console, I'd imagine I'd probably include this one as well. So I suppose it doesn't matter that I didn't put those pictures in, but yeah, so I really hope you enjoyed today's speed build. In the comment section down below, let me know about what you thought of it. If you have any more suggestions to anything else you want to see on the channel next, that'd be really helpful to hear. You can go ahead and download this build from the gallery. My origin ID is RealThomasTV1, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!